Welcome, Initial Point students and parents. Thanks for listening this week. This is our, I think, week 4 now update on our distance learning plan. And I just want to let you know that this week is going to be a really important week. We are kicking off our quarter 4 classes. So students are going to start earning fourth quarter credit for those classes that they would be enrolled in right now. So this video is going to explain the details of what that's going to look like and what students are going to need to do to earn those credits. So please watch the whole video, watch to the end. We're going to be able to explain some of the details of how that's going to happen. So first, I just want to say thank you so much for being patient with us, working with us as we kind of walk through this new process, something that none of us have ever done before. We're working really hard to meet your needs, to try to just address all those different areas where we can help and support you guys as a family. So thank you so much for working with us. Thank you for your patience. And so let's start talking about the learning that's going to happen this week and the things that have happened last week. So last week, or last 2 weeks actually, we've been working with students to finish up those third quarter classes. So the classes that they were enrolled in from January until right before spring break. Those classes that students were enrolled in at that time, they didn't actually get to finish. And so a lot of them still had unfinished work or incomplete assignments. And so the last 2 weeks of teachers have been working with your students to get that work finished up and get those classes completed. So thank you so much for the hard work that you've been doing there. If you still, as a student, are not done with that coursework for third quarter, you need to get that stuff done quickly. Please don't wait. Don't go slow on that. You need to get that stuff done so that we can get the grades put in and get those classes closed out. So that brings me to that next point of fourth quarter classes. So what are we doing? How's it going to work? I've had lots of questions about this. So let me try and explain. So for fourth quarter, we are going to be providing packets. Each teacher has put together a packet of information for their content area classes. Every student is going to earn credit for 4 classes plus advisory for the fourth quarter. And the way that they will do that is by completing each packet in the stuff we are sending to you. So we're going to send this information to you in 3 different ways. So it's going to be all the same information, just through 3 different mediums. So the first one is going to be that teachers are going to be emailing each of their students their packet of information that the students are expected to do. And these packets, they're not crazy amounts of work. It's not unbelievable stuff that you wouldn't be able to do. It's things that students need to be able to get done, and they need to be able to do it independently and with maybe just a little bit of guidance from their teacher. So each teacher will be emailing that packet out to every student that's enrolled in their class. In addition to that, the packets will be posted on Schoology, so a student can go to their fourth quarter teachers page, look at the teacher's main page, and on there will be a packet, like a COVID-19 distance learning packet for every student to access. And in addition to those 2 digital formats, we also have put together a paper copy for every student. So every student has one of these at Initial Point, has their name in the top, and inside each packet is some information. Over on this side is a list of the office hours for each teacher, digital office hours. I'll explain that in a minute. And then a few other things from our counselor that you're going to want to work on and look at and complete. And then over here on the right side of your packet is the different content area classes. So you'll see I have Miss Abercrombie's, Miss Cook's, Mr. Fry's packet, and Mr. Stanley's packet. So if I was in those 4 classes, this is what my packet would look like. So every student, we're going to ask you to please come by the school sometime this week between 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. and pick up your paper copy of your packet. And yes, we are expecting every student or family to come by and pick that up one day this week. Every student's got one. We spent a lot of time building those for you, and I think you'll find it helpful to guide you in the work. So 3 ways to get your packet of information. You are required to do this work, and by doing this work, you will earn 4.5 credits for the 4th quarter, which will put all of you right where you need to be on the track to graduation. So to support you in this work, our teachers are going to be holding office hours twice a week. So every teacher is going to have office hours on Tuesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Now, every one of you as a student in your Google Calendar should have an invitation to each teacher's office hours. So if you need help in, say, Mr. Fry's class, on Tuesday morning, you can go into your calendar, click on the link there for Mr. Fry's office hours, and you'll be directed straight to a Google Hangout where you can talk to Mr. Fry, talk to some of your classmates, and get some help and guidance, and that'll be true for every teacher. So there's office hours on Tuesday mornings from 10:30 to 11:30, and then office hours on Thursday afternoons from 2:30 to 3:30. So Tuesdays at 10:30, Thursdays at 2:30. Now, one big question that we've had is a question about seniors. What about seniors? Are they going to be able to finish this school year on time and on track? So for our seniors, for the seniors that would have graduated at the end of this school year, if they were on track and had all the credits and they were enrolled in those classes, for those seniors, if you were on track, you do not need to do that packet work. We've already got you taken care of. If you finished your 3rd quarter classes, because of the State Department's waiving of the seat time, you are on track to graduate and you don't need to work through the packets that we have provided for everybody else. Now, if you're not on track to graduate, meaning if you haven't finished your 3rd quarter classes yet, you need to get that done in order to be considered on track. Now, we recognize that each senior situation, especially here at Initial Point, is pretty unique. Everybody's maybe in a little bit different spot. So to help communicate that to every senior's family, you're going to be getting a phone call from either myself or Mr. Corbell sometime this week before the end of the day, Thursday, to let you know specifically if you are done or if you still have a few things that you need to do to finish up high school and graduate. Now, considering graduation, I know there's lots of questions about, are we going to have a ceremony? Are we not? How's that going to look? There is a survey that went out to all parents to be able to get your feedback about how you would best like to handle graduation. That came from our district office. I think I also forwarded it out last week. If not, I'll try to attach it to the description or the info in this YouTube video, and you can check it out there. Now, last but not least, I want to make sure and just give a huge, huge shout out to really one person and then a group of people. So first big shout out is to our teachers. These folks have worked so hard over the last few weeks trying to help figure out how to do all this stuff and how to do distance learning and how to continue to teach all of you and your students in a way that's never been done before. And they have all been so dedicated and they miss you. Every time we talk, they talk about how much we all miss being around you. So big shout out to our teachers. Just appreciate them so much. They've worked so hard, especially working hard to get these packets done. And they're here and anxious and ready to support you as we all try to finish up this last little bit of the school year. And then lastly, I want to give a huge shout out to Mr. Corbell. He has been an amazing support through this process. Literally, we could not have done what we're doing without him. So if you have a minute in the comments of this video, would you just mind commenting and tell Mr. Corbell how much you appreciate him, how much he's meant to you, and just give him a big thanks and a thumbs up. So other than that, work hard, students. We're here to support you. You can email me at any time if you have a question, and we can work through, finishing up the school year, and not in the way that we would have all hoped, I'm sure, but we'll be able to get it finished up. So thanks for listening. Take care of each other, and be well.